Hi everybody. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to say, yeah, at my time here at Cal Poly and with Epic, I've learned so much and have grown so much as well. And if I were to hand off any kind of advice or, words of encouragement, I'd say, lean into your community and be open to things that are unplanned. I think one of my best conversations are the ones that I didn't expect. Be open to that. Be open to prayer and to, pray for each other. I think something I learned is that community, comes and wraps you in prayer and prays for things that you can't even pray for yourself. And I learned so much through that. And so continue to be in each other's presences and to pray for each other unceasingly. I wish you guys the best. I'll miss you guys so much. You guys will always have a special place in my heart. But just continue to do what you guys already been doing. But always remember to be in the Word and in the Lord. For He is a giver of great things. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Hey Epic, thank you so much for all of the great memories and friendships that I've made over the past 2 years. And if there's one piece of advice that I could give to people at Epic, and some of you guys already know what I'm going to say, but it's to do quiet time. It's to spend quality time with Jesus, because there's no other way than that to fall in love with Him. And once you fall in love with Him, that's the only way to sustain your relationship, to keep it going, to go through any tough time. And there's nothing that has changed my life or even the people who I live with this past year than waking up every morning and worshiping Jesus and reading His Word, and not just doing that, but setting aside intentional time to do that. And goodbye.
Hey guys, it's Teddy. I think for me, I was reflecting on my 4 years in Epic, and I think I look back on the times, and I think I really cherish the moments that I was able to, just really get to know not only people in my class, but also get to know people, the other people in other classes. And I think I was so encouraged by hearing their stories and how God's grown them over the past 3 or 4 years. I think something that I would encourage some of the younger folks to do is just not to be afraid to really reach out to someone that maybe you don't know too well, but kind of want to get to know better. Just take that step, that chance, and really just ask them hey, I'd like to get to know you better. Would you like to grab coffee or something like that? I just remember the moments in which people have done that to me, and I think I felt so poured into because of it. So I would just encourage people to pass it on. Thanks guys.
Hey Epic, I just wanted to thank you so much for all you've done, and I can't even begin to describe the impact that you've had on my life through all the good and the hard times. So I just wanted to encourage you to follow your heart, follow the path that God has created specifically for you, because He has made one for you, and to trust Him with it. If you feel called to something, go for it. And maybe that's not exactly where you are because you haven't figured it out yet, but that's okay. Just take that step. Another thing is I wanted to encourage you guys to reach out to people, whether it be that you've never talked to this person before, or you have maybe once and they've moved on from this stage of life. Something I've learned senior year is that people of Epic are so invested in our lives still to this day, and so I encourage you to reach out to them, whether it be for career or for faith or just anything, just catching up even. So with that, I just wanted to let you know also, if you haven't realized, that college is really short. So soak it all in and love people with all your heart, and just use this amazing community to grow with God. And with that, I just wanted to say good luck, and we're always here if you need it.
Hello, people of Epic. I am Caleb Rabone, if you don't know me. I want to say thank you to the Epic community for being a foundation of my faith, for creating friendships that I will never forget, for making memories that will last me a lifetime, for creating a group of people that I can trust, that I can share my life with. I thank you so much for all these things, and for all the people that have developed me as a human being, that have led me to God, and have prepared me for a life after college. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, just two really quick things that I want to share with you. The first being that I really encourage all of you to take college 1 year at a time. And what I mean by this is, I think as Cal Poly students, we're often just so prone to making decisions so that everything just wraps up together really nicely at the end of 4 years. And although that's a totally valid desire, I think that sometimes detracts from leaning into what feels good and the opportunities that are there in that given moment. And so, yeah, I just challenge you guys to even say yes to things that seem like they're a little off track from that 4-year plan, because there's no one right way to do college. And the second thing is to being open to relationships and spiritual walks with people outside your given ministry. I had the opportunity of going on a vision trip with people outside of Epic, and it was very intimidating because I wasn't friends with any of them except for like one of them. But yeah, just knowing that there are brothers and sisters on Cal Poly's campus that have stories and perspectives that can really grow and shape you. So being open to these relationships as well, because I just learned so much from that trip. It was really life-changing for me to walk alongside people who had walked with Jesus in totally different ways than I had in college, and that was really valuable for me. So yeah, thank you just for the best 4 years.
Hey Epic Slow. First of all, I want to say thank you for the past 4 years of being such an incredible community. This has been a place where I've grown in ways I never thought I would, and made memories that I know I'm going to cherish forever. Second of all, I wanted to just leave you with a word of encouragement to continue pursuing your faith, continue learning to love Christ at all times, at all costs, because he is constant, he's faithful, and he will never leave you. And as I look back on my past 4 years in college, past 4 years in Epic, I'm just amazed at how much has changed, at how much I've been blessed through this community and the people here. And I'm really excited to see how it will change you and bless you and help you to grow as well. And I would love to stay connected with you all in the future. So please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm only a message away. Bye.
Hey underclassmen, so one really big reason why Epic has such a huge impact in my life and the way God used Epic to really change my life was giving me the time and space for me to process the different struggles that I was going through. It gave me the people to talk to, and everybody I talked to, really I was able to trust them with the words I was saying and all of my struggles. So yeah, I really encourage you to just reach out to somebody. They can be in your CG or in your class, and I guarantee you that they're super willing to talk to you, listen to you, and even give you words of advice if you ask for it. And something I wish I did throughout Epic was just reaching out to people more often. I wish I took more initiative to reach out to upperclassmen and even just got to talk to them about their different life experiences. But yeah, if I were you, I would take initiative.
What's up, Epic? Hope you guys are doing well. I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Whether you guys know it or not, you've been such a huge blessing in my life. And as a non-Asian American who has a fear of not fitting in, when I went to my first large group, all those fears instantly went away as soon as I experienced how genuinely loving and caring and compassionate this fellowship is towards one another. And from that day on, I've always considered you guys to be like a second family to me. So thanks again for all the fun memories. For those of you guys who still have time left in college, enjoy it. You've heard this a million times already, but it truly does go by way too quickly. And God has placed you all here for a reason. So continue to trust in Him and don't take this community for granted, because at least for me, it has helped me in so many ways that I can't even begin to describe it. So thanks again, guys. Love you.
Something I wish I would have done in college was have gotten more involved in the local church that I attended, whether that be through attending small groups or serving in the church or just going to different events that the church held, I think I've now seen the importance of a church community and not just a community that's linked to a college ministry. While Epic is still great, I think there's so much to be gained from a church community. For example, I think just being able to learn from people who are older than you and who have gone through many different stages of life, who you can learn so much from, as well as just people from different ethnic and cultural backgrounds.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I'd like to thank Epic for the community that it's given me these past 4 years. It's really pushed me in my own faith, and I love seeing my brothers and sisters grow with me. And one piece of advice that I have for any underclassmen is that it's okay not to have everything figured out. I'm graduating and I don't have everything figured out, so I think it's perfectly fine to not know what the future looks like for you and to just trust God that He'll pave the way for you. Thank you, everyone.
What's up, Epic Slow? Super thankful for all of you and how God has been just working throughout this fellowship these past couple years. I know for me, just even saying that Epic has been a big part of my college career is actually a huge understatement, just because of the fact that I was actually saved through Epic, through an invite from one of my good friends, one of our ETOs, Josiah. So just super thankful for just how just welcoming and loving this community has been. And yeah, I just wanted to encourage everyone, whether you got one more year left at Cal Poly like myself, or if you got a couple more years left, to just continue to trust Jesus's work throughout the fellowship, whether it be just stepping out in faith, just inviting a friend, or just even growing in the relationships you already have established within the movement itself, because you'll never know what God's gonna be is just working through that moment, and how He'll use that to just continue to build up the fellowship and ultimately bring glory to His name. So yeah, just super thankful for you guys and looking forward to the last year I got with you.
I still remember the conversation I had with my high school Bible study leader, 11 p.m. at night, the night before I was leaving to start freshman year at Cal Poly. And I remember him telling me, Justin, if you could walk out of college, 1, more humble, and 2, more in love with Jesus. That piece of advice stuck with me these last 4 years. I think spiritual maturity can be defined by more of a self-denial and more of a being filled up by Christ. It's what we kind of talk about when we say, how do we get rid of our old self? It's less of me. John 3:30 is one of my favorite life verses, which encapsulates this. Is how do we get rid of our old self? How do I decrease so Christ actually increases in my life, where more of Jesus is apparent and aware? It's not about being wiser. It's actually about understanding, man, I'm not very wise at all. How do I have more of Christ's wisdom in me? How can we walk out of college more humble and more in love with Jesus, where He's doing some big things in our lives?
Hi, Epic Slow. Thank you so much for these 4 years. As seniors, are gonna miss you guys so much, but one of my encouragements to you guys is to take steps of faith, but invite Jesus in your life through that process. If you want to serve in any capacity, but you're just worried about the lack of time, I would invite you to just invite Jesus in the process, and He will pave the road for you. And I can testify that through Epic, with being in studio all day, but also be able to lead my girls, my third-year girls now for CG and even discipleship. So we love you so much, and that would be my encouragement to you. Lean into Jesus through this process, and He hears you, He honors your heart to want to serve Him, and He'll pave that way for you. We love you.
Dear Epic, I just want to thank you so much for all the memories that we've been able to share in these last 3 years. I think that one big takeaway for me during my time here is just the intentionality of the group, and there's always someone there willing to talk to, willing to pray for you. And during my lows of college, whether it be stressful or just worries or just overwhelmed of just anything that's on my mind. I'm just super thankful that there was always someone there to talk to that would pray over me, and that really helped me feel more at ease and more at peace. So yeah, just with that, I just encourage for all of you that if you're ever going through something, whether it be now or next year or whenever, that there's always going to be someone in Epic that's always a call or text away, and they'll be happy to pray for you. And I just hope that you can also just encourage each other, just spur each other on in your faith and build up one another. But for me, I'll actually be around next year, so if I haven't met you yet, I'm looking forward to meeting you, and if I've already met you, then I'm looking forward to seeing you all again. So yeah, Epic, thank you so much for all the memories, and looking forward to all the memories to come. So yeah.
Hey everyone. As I reflect on my college experience, it's really evident how God has been asking me to surrender things to Him. In the beginning of my college experience, I was very focused on school, grades, resume, and stuff like that. And so surrendering career, and later surrendering control and my plans for my life, as well as surrendering what I want to base my identity on, for who God says I am. And so yeah, I think there's been a lot of joy and peace in surrendering the heavy yoke of the world with Jesus's light and easy yoke. And so yeah, I just want to thank you for having such an impact on my life and making these past 4 years the best 4 years of my life. Thanks.
Dear Epic Slow, thank you for welcoming me with open arms while I was still searching for a new place to call home. Filled with self-doubt, a false sense of purpose, but a longing for community, you were there waiting as I wrestled with the faith I grew up with. It took me a while to feel like I truly belonged, but more than anything, you gave me a model for Christ-like community and put people in my life that I could look up to in more ways than one. Beyond just community, you provided tangible ways and reasons for me to actually pursue a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, the most valuable gift that anyone could receive. You pushed me in small group and discipleship settings, eventually leading me to step up in those relationships and even share your good news halfway across the world. As this chapter comes to a close, I'm so thankful for this movement that started in prayer and continues to have an eternal impact on countless lives across the world. Thank you, Epic Slow.
Hi Epic, it's Danielle. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to all of you, those that I do and do not know. Thank you for making Epic a place that I've literally felt so comfortable over the past 4 years. College hasn't been the easiest time for me, and I'm sure a lot of the fourth years can say that, but every year I just knew that I could go and be in a place where God's presence resided because of the people, and that's you guys. And I just want to give a shout out to the special group of third-year women. It has been such an honor and honestly just really cool to be able to be with you guys for the past 3 years. I think about meeting a lot of you at Dessert Potluck and knowing you still now and how in love with Jesus you are still, and leading others, and it's such a cool thing to see. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget, but when I think about the third-year women, I think about people that are committed, humble, joyful, and those that really just pray for others and bring people together. Thank you for praying for me and teaching me a lot and encouraging me. You guys have truly, being in CG with you guys has truly been one of the best parts of college, so thank you.
Hey Epic, it's John. I just want to say thank you so much to all of you underclassmen for coming in these past couple of years and just bringing so much energy to Epic as a whole. We see it through the spontaneous hangouts, and we see it through all of the MAP and WAP and men's times and women's times, and I just can't be more proud of where we have gone. I just pray that we continue to grow like that, and I know that this upcoming quarter is also going to be online in the fall. And I'm praying that you guys will continue to grow as a community. Just some advice for the last couple of years, or if you're just getting started the rest of your college career, don't get too caught up in the stress of school. Just, chug along, do what you can, do your best, and that's all what you can really ask for. Spend more time building those communities and those relationships. But yeah, thanks.
Hey Epic Slow, I cannot believe I'm filming this video and that I'm a senior, but here we are. I just wanted to pop in and say thank you for, just impacting my life in so many ways, and I can recognize it even in this moment. I truly think God has used you all to change my perceptions of the Christian community for the better, in a good way. I've been so grown, stretched, challenged, encouraged, blessed by all of you, and I'm so thankful for that. I will always remember all of you. And I think one piece of advice that I would leave for you all is to pray big, bold prayers. Don't be afraid of coming to God with any requests, with any of your feelings. Don't be afraid of any of that, because God already knows what you're feeling and what you're thinking. So nothing will surprise him, but just bring it to him and absolutely surrender that to him. Just have your hands wide open. And you don't know where God will take you, but there's so much beauty in absolute surrender. And I would just encourage all of you to challenge yourselves and each other. Just ask yourself, what can I be surrendering? Is there anything that I'm holding on to that I am refusing to give to God? Just really ask yourself those questions throughout all seasons. Just lift up everything to God, because he knows you, he hears you, he sees you, all where you're at, and he will meet you where you're at. So yeah, that's my encouragement for you. Thank you so much for the best 4 years of my life. I've been so blessed to be in this community. I will miss you all dearly. Stay healthy and happy, and yeah, see you.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you to Epic. Just thank you for the people I've met these past 4 years. You guys have definitely left an impact on my life and in my faith. And yeah, even though Epic has done so much for me, one of my biggest takeaways from college was to not center my faith around my community, but rather around God. I definitely got caught in this my freshman year, and when I went home that summer, I think I saw my faith really suffer because I just didn't have the Epic community around me anymore. And I think it was a process to not make community the only aspect of my faith and focus more on my personal relationship with him, but it was really worth it. I think community is still so important. There are so many people out there to support you and cheer you on while you walk with God, but I think it was dangerous when I relied on that to sustain my faith. I tried to keep this short, but I hope to see all you guys soon. Bye.
Alright, what's up you guys? I'm not graduating this year, but I still have some really big takeaways from being in Epic for all 4 years. One is hold the vision, trust the process. It's kind of a cliche, but it's kind of really true. You gotta really hold the vision that God has in store for you. He's got a big plan for you. You just gotta trust it. There's so many words that I could be saying right now, but I think you have to go through it on your own. But hold the vision, trust the process. Definitely really dig into the process and enjoy every moment of it, because it goes by like whoosh, and yeah, it's been a wild ride, guys.
Hey Epic, I don't think it's hit me yet that I'm graduating, but I just wanted to share a few words of encouragement before I do. Please heavily consider going on summer missions or a vision trip. I know support raising can be really daunting, but it's a really unique opportunity to get to lean into God's providence and his ability to be able to provide financially and prayerfully for the trip. Also, once you start working, you won't have the opportunity of a summer anymore to be able to spend those 3 months doing missions, and it's really cool that Cru and Epic has this as a resource. A lot of other fellowships don't, so I would really encourage you to just go, just say yes. I would also encourage you to get plugged into the local church that you're attending in SLO. I really wish I joined like a community group or found ways to serve there, and I think it's a really cool opportunity to be able to foster that kind of environment and to get familiar with the church setting outside of Epic, because once you graduate, there's no more Epic. I would also encourage you to continue talking about mental health. I know it can still be a stigma in the Asian American Christian community, but I've been really encouraged by everyone that has brought it up and talked about it during my time in college, and it's really encouraged me to do the same. Please know that if you ever want someone to talk to about it, or if you have questions, feel free to reach out. I would love to talk to you about it, and I'm sure your peers would love to support you in that as well. Finally, I would also encourage you to join other clubs. I know Epic can be really time consuming, but I would recommend joining other academic clubs or just getting to know a lot of people within your major. Epic is definitely a bubble and I love it so much, but I think as Christians that we're called to share the good news with others, and that means you have to have non-Christian friends as well. I honestly didn't really have a lot of non-Christian friends until my senior year, so I'm definitely guilty of that, but it's been a really cool opportunity to have those conversations with my non-Christian friends, and I encourage you to do the same. Epic has been so monumental and just like so encompassing of my college experience, and I'm really jealous that you guys are still in college. I know I'm gonna miss it a lot, and please know that I'll be praying for you as you enter this new online quarter in the fall, and I'm praying that the coronavirus goes away so that you guys can go back to school and go back to campus and see each other again. It's definitely a tough transition, but please know that we will be praying for you, and myself and all the other alumni in the Epic community are here for you, and we're always willing to listen. Yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Bye.
Hello everybody. Whether I've briefly met you or I've gotten to know you very well throughout these years, I'm thankful that God has allowed us to cross paths. I want to remind you all that Epic Movement is a huge gift from God, and what you'll get out of this community will be priceless. To all the freshmen, although I've just met you briefly, I can see how God will use each and every one of you to foster a spiritual environment at Cal Poly. To all the second years, I'm excited to see many of you step into leadership roles next year. I'll never forget the PCW days or the days where you initiated prayer and worship. To all the third years, many of you will be entering your final year/quarter, and I'm excited to see how Epic Movement will change in your hands. As always, feel free to reach out to me for an extra pair of ears or for any kind of advice. I'm pretty good with networking, resumes, and just tech in general. A simple Facebook message will reach me.
Hi, Epic Slow. I just really quickly wanted to say thank you for being my home the past 4 years. Yeah, thank you for the love and the joy, and yeah, for just being my family. And I would not know who Jesus is without Epic Slow, and that just means the world to me. So I guess if there's any encouragement, it's to trust in what God will do through you, because I know He will do really big things through each and every one of you when you take a leap of faith and reach out to people, whether it be at the rec or in your dorm or in class, whatever it might be. I know that you guys are a community that's so full of love and light, and you can change even more lives, and I can't wait to see how this movement's going to grow even more. So proud of you guys. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye.